This wedding was an assignment for my Religion 2 class in Catholic.
This one's wife. Polo Pillocks. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Harry attended a charitable polo match on Friday in Miami. He's the polo player. It would make sense, of course, that your wife would go with you to show support, but this one's wife attended because there was filming to be done, which meant she would get in front of the camera, which she loves. Furthermore, there was an opportunity for her to flash that rictus grin and drink up the fuel from everybody to upstage her husband's event and make it all about her, as I've explained in immediate parts passim. But there are also other points to note arising from this attendance in Miami. The first and most obvious is, where were the children? Interestingly, other people attended with their children. You can see them in some of the footage associated with the event and some of the photographs that have circulated in the press. But where's Archie and Lilibet? Oh, another event that Mum and Dad have gone to on the other side of the country, but decided we won't take the children. Add this to going to Whistler without the children, going to Portugal without the children, going to The Hague without the children, going to Dusseldorf without the children, going to various concerts without the children. There are other instances as well, which I'm sure that you can remember, whereby this one's wife, for instance, twice going to New York. First of all, when she looked like a tube of toothpaste, and in relation to the near catastrophic car chase of nearly a year ago. Children there? No. Children involved? No. Children brought along? No. And once again, here is an event where this one's wife and Harry have to travel to the other side of the country to go to Florida for this charitable event to ensure that the Netflix film crew is there. You might think to yourself, wouldn't this be a lovely opportunity to show them playing with the children? For Daddy to say, look Archie, this is what Daddy does on the horsey, on the Gigi. And for Archie to see his dad in action. Most fathers, of course, want their children to be involved in some kind of sport, and where they do a sport themselves, they like their children to see them doing that. It's nice for the children to feel proud of Daddy. But no, that doesn't happen. Archie and Lilibet don't get to see Dad riding around on a horse. They don't get involved in the whole sort of polo community. The children are simply not brought. And the main reason for this is, of course, is that for this one's wife, they would threaten to steal the limelight from her. She is not a natural mother. The reason being, she has no emotional empathy, and it's apparent she doesn't spend much time with them. The only instances where she does is for the sake of footage, which was used in the Harry and This One's Wife series, and the occasional photograph that's released. Beyond that, we know that it'll be the staff that look after the children. This one's wife hasn't a maternal bone in her body, and furthermore, as a consequence of the absence of interaction and the fact that they will get in the way, she just doesn't want them around. Her narcissism dictates that would identify that she will find it difficult to control them, and therefore in those circumstances, her narcissism states it's pointless having them around. You'll struggle to control them. But more importantly, it's the fact that she'll be upstaged because people will want to take photographs of the children. The people will want to talk to the children. They'll want to ruffle their hair and play with them, which means they're more interested in the children than this one's wife. It's wholly pathetic to be envious of your children, but that's what happens with the narcissist. She can't help it. It has to be about her. It has to be about people looking at her, talking to her, admiring her. And if they're wanting to play with the children, if they're interacting with the children, it's stealing fuel, although Archie and Lilibet don't need that fuel. It's stealing fuel away from her. But once again, she and Harry make themselves look like Pillocks by going to an event without the children when other people have taken theirs. and it stands out a mile. But the behaviour of these two Pillocks doesn't end there. They also turned up with quite an obvious security detail. As you can see from some of the pictures that have been floating across your screen, there are two gentlemen in the background who are noticeably security and are close to them. Nobody else took security detail. Why would they? It's a charitable polo event, which not anybody could turn up at. The tickets were $1,600, so you're not going to get Joe Ordinary just come wandering in. There'll have been stewards which would have prevented entry, so it was perfectly safe for them to wander around, and at the end of the day, nobody's interested in attacking either of them. Booing them, perhaps, asking them probing questions about their behaviour, most definitely, but nobody's wanting to actually attack them. But of course, this one's wife has to make an appearance, and by having a security detail, it's saying, look at me, look at how important I am, take me seriously. And thus, other well-known people wandering around at the event. Did Serena Williams, for instance, have a security detail? No, she didn't. The fact is that there are many people in the Wellington area and nearby Palm Beach who are wealthier and far more accomplished and talented than the Sussexes. And they don't swan around with a security detail in their daily lives. The fact is that this one's wife needs a security detail to cause people to look and go, oh, who's that there? They must be important. It trumps up her own sense of importance and also feeds into the victim narrative of people are out to get to me, so out to get me, therefore I need a security detail. One of my viewers contacted me to explain, for instance, that they know that Bill Gates regularly attends public equestrian events because his daughter is a keen equestrian. And whilst he has security, they don't make themselves anywhere near as obvious as the Sussexes do. The fact is, this one's wife has to parade this security. She can't be bothered to take the children, but she can be bothered to ensure that the security turns up in order to make her look important. And all it does, of course, is make her and Harry look like a pair of prize Pillocks, because people say, what, you didn't bother bringing the children again? Meaning either they don't exist or you never bother with them, you're not particularly good parents, and oh, look at you with your baldy security detail. Yes, we get it, you're important and you must be protected. Pathetic, and of course, meriting the title of Prize Pillocks. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.